goes over a tenth of a second fast. Right, we should be going now. Checked. I don't think it's come up. Oh no, we're going. Hello everyone, welcome to the next round of the Formula IndyCar Sprint Series. We're at Watkins Glen here for this one. Obviously last time out it was Pocono, and but this time back in America for the Watkins Glen round, and qualifying has just nicely got underway, and only 7 people are in this race, just like last time. Very low number once again, but let's see. It's an actual qualifying session this time. Obviously last time it was a solo qualifying. We aren't joined by anyone today, it's just me today, so you may or may not know at the minute, Liverpool 5-0 up at Manchester United. So Not been a very good day for them at all, I must say. So this is Jan Dragoon starting his first lap in the Volpino as he's coming around the next few corners now. Who else is on track with him? There's Southwood, Stevenson, Case Willems, and Alex Cochran. Distant coming into the pit lane there. Sammy Salem starts his lap now as well. Dragoon, I think, is at the last few corners. I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with this track. So let's have a look. The first few laps are Stevenson with a 23 dead. Nijmenen set to 22.6. Toto Rosso currently lock out the front row. Southwood's third, Salem's fourth, Dragoon's fifth, and Case Willems is currently starting at the back of the field. Obviously 10 minutes remain in the qualifying session, and obviously not much. We don't know much of how this is going to shape up yet. There's still quite a while to go. So they're all on the slow down laps now. I think there is no push to pass here, which in case you're wondering what that was. There's obviously a bit like an overtake button used in the Formula 1 games. They would have that, but they don't have that today for some reason. I don't know. But just reaffirm, it is R2 Nijmenen coming into the pit road now. Finnish driver currently on provisional pole position. Let's have a look at some other drivers here. Dragoon is on a lap here again. Currently 6th fastest. See, as we said earlier, 7 drivers. One's racing here. There's Dragoon coming around. The final few corners now. Around the final corner now. Oh, he's hit the wall. He's only gone and hit the wall. And that's ended his lap. Well, he has improved anyway. It's a 23.2. But I'd rather get the feeling it could have been better as Cochrane has spun. I was watching earlier, he spun in practice and he's only gone spun again. It was after this corner he's going around now. He's spun in practice. Stevenson goes 2nd fastest. keeps the Toto Rosso lockout on. So oof. Southwood going on the curb. He nearly rotated a little bit there. Oof. Jesus. There's so Southwood coming around the last corner now. And he pits. 6 minutes left in this qualifying session now. I haven't noticed if anyone's on a lap. I'm not entirely sure who is and who isn't. But actually R2 Nyman is, and he's improving as well. He improves with a 22.6 and keeps that provisional pole. So he's retained all his sessions very well here as well. So 24.8 by Case Williams. He remains at the back of the field with that 24.8. The only entry for Lineage Racing in this one. Usual drivers of Jack Coven and Ollie Gibson cannot make it today. So it is just a case for them today. Okay, there's what's going on there. Another lap set by Case Williams there. It's a 24.4. I think he has improved, but it unfortunately is not enough. He's still second down. Cochran, unfortunately, he is still at the back of the field. Stevenson starts his lap then. Can he snatch pole off his Finnish teammates? He's obviously looking good at the start of this lap. Let's see what he can do. He is improving at the minute. 6 thousandths, albeit not much, but he is on an absolute flight at the minute. Let's ride on board with him. He is about 2 tenths down now. Oh, we had a bit of a slide through there. I think a provisional pole lap here was literally crumbled from in that last corner. A massive drift. I mean, if you're going for pole, you can't do that. Oh, Case Williams has spun it. Case Williams has spun it. And I think, oh, Stevenson. Oh, he spun it as well. He's in the wall, in fact. Oh, Stafford's on a bit onto the grass as well. Jeez. I probably went that was Cochran that went off there, but they're all going off. And should have rather said I'm hosting somewhere to not see the full thing there as he pulls into pit road. So the driver's on. Oh God, Salem as well. In the other Toto Rosso, there's 3 Toto Rosso entrants in this race. Salem, Newman and Stevenson. Other than that, you've got Triple Eight Racing with Southward and Cochrane. Jam Dragoon is clearly on a flyer here. Albeit he's not improving. It's a 10th down from his personal best, which is obviously that 23-2 that he said earlier on. There's a red card, Manchester United game. They're crumbling. So Dragoon now 2/10 down. He is now 2/10 down as he just comes into the next section now. Last part of the lap now. Here he comes through the final corner. Let's see where he can go. 3/10 down. And he stays 4th fastest. All drivers now on track as we enter the final part of qualifying. And qualifying is officially over then. So Dragoon will have to deal with this lap, which is a 2nd down. Let's look at the provisional pole sitter, R2 Niemann, who is improving to the final part of this lap. I think this is your pole lap, ladies and gentlemen. R2 Niemann to the line. Goes even faster. It is a 22.5 for the finishman, which means he is on pole. Unless someone like Stevenson can somehow pull out. In fact, he's gone a 10th up. He could even do it here. He's 2/10 up. Could Stevens? He could nick pole here from his teammate easily. He's just got to keep it up. He's 3/10 up. He just cannot crumble now. It's just the final part of the lap. He's just got to keep it up. He's nearly there. Final few corners now. Here we go. Wow, 3/10 up. Can Stevenson steal pole off his teammate right at the end? Yes, he can! It is Stevenson on pole from Niemann. Even Salem goes 4th fastest. And Case Willems, well, he's not improving because he's on the grass. That is it. Stevenson is your pole sitter. He's pulled that at the very death. Despite the fact that Niemann has been on P1 all the way through. It is Stevenson on pole here in the qualifying session. It was a very good lap by Stevenson. He was 3/10 up, and it's a 22.3. What a lap from the American. He has pulled an absolute belt of a lap off there. Fair enough, Steve. Fair enough. So your final grid is Stevenson from R2 Niemann. Unlucky, he's lost pole at the end. Dave Southwood lines up 3rd. Sammy Salem will be lining up in 4th. Dragoon 5th. Cochrane 6th. And Case Willems will be at the back of the field. So, yeah. I'd rather get the feeling the two Toto Rosso cars into turn 1. Let's see what is going to happen. There you go, there is your final grid that we will be having for this race. So we'll go to the grid in about 50 seconds time around that area. Alex Cochran saying no, is 4/10 up. Should have gone 4/10 up, it would have been a 23 dead. It would have gone 5th fastest. Here we go then, we're on to the grid, we've got about 50 seconds left in this race. Before the race starts, sorry. So Stevenson, there, here we go, this is the grid. They're all lined up, the 7 drivers that will race here at Watkins Glen this evening. Once the race has been pushed forward by a couple hours, this is to accommodate the fact that the Formula 1 US Grand Prix in Austin is in about 2 hours time. So they've had to bring it forward. So we'll just wait, and the lights going on is imminent. Back there on there, we can just see lights there. 6 lights that Assetto Corsa provide us. Here we go then. The first one, the second one, the third one. Here come the lights, and they've got 6 lights on for Watkins Glen. We're underway. So it seems like Stevenson wins the start. Southwood got a fairly good start at the back as well. It's a turn 1 then. Who's it going to be? It's still Stevenson in the lead. Southwood's got up to 2nd. No dramas at the back. Salem's R2 Newman drops to 3rd. He's coming back at Southwood. And Cage Williams is dropping back as well. But here comes Dave Southwood into the chicane. Gets the race lead. Wow. How has he done that? Round the outside. Southwood leads the race. Fair enough. As it is now Dave Southwood. Pulling away. R2 Niemanen is out. Oh no! Niemanen's out! He's out of the race! What's happened? I don't know. Well, anyways, Dave Southwood is pulling out in front. What a move into the boot chicane by Dave Southwood. He's leading the race now. Oof. Anyways then, as they form up now. What a first lap that was from Dave Southwood. Started 3rd. He's got himself up into 2nd. Sammy Salem is getting Cochran. He just dropped back in general there. Nothing, no dramas for him. So if you are just joining us now, we have lost R2 Newman, and I don't know how at the start. He started the race 2nd, he dropped to 3rd. Southwood's had a flyer on opening lap, but he's gone from 3rd to 1st in the space of a few corners, and he's now leading the race by 8/10 of a second. And the fastest lap is Sammy Salem, it's a 24.4. Here comes Stevenson though. Kurt Stevenson's coming at him for the race lead here. Here he goes round the outside. If he could pull this off, then it'd be a good move. He has. He's done it. He's gone into the lead. Obviously, he got pole with a brilliant lap. He lost it to Zalford. He's got it back now. Didn't take him long to re-inherit the race lead. 24 more laps. And that win, 25 points, is his. And Case Williams just set his personal best with a 1:25. No, it's Southwood. Is he gaining? Stevenson went a little bit wide there, I think. There's Alex Hopkins got past Case. Oh, and yeah, he did. He went off the track there. But I might as well see if can Dave Southwood, can he pull in on Stevenson? A little bit the front two. This is Case Williams on Alex Cochran. For a second I rather thought he was hitting the wall. This ran fine in the corner. He's starting to lose touch with 5th place, and he just set his personal best clock another 24/7. Stevenson just starting to feel a bit comfortable out in front now. Maybe a second between that front two. And that gap between the front two is just freshly gone up to a second. 9 seconds between first and last. Stevenson obviously slowly clocking the laps. Fairly long track, I've noticed, Watkins Glen, as he's just gone and set the overall fastest lap of the race. Ooh, far out. With a 1:24.2. In fact, from the Delta, he's going even quicker here. Southwood pulled in as well. He's got that back under a second. And the South is a lot closer than when I last checked. It's now about 0.5 of a second here. We'll have to see if he can get it done. They're two very fast drivers out in front, of course. We'll have to see, because obviously we know he had that thunder start, went from third to first. He's stayed second after Arthur Newman and retired, and now he's closing back on the. Been trading the race lead, these two, over the opening laps. And, oh, the fastest lap of the race has just been set by Dave Southwood. He said a 23. Oh, this is starting to get rather good. Back up to 6/10 of a second now. And the personal best for Sammy Salem. He's gone and got himself a 2040. I noticed he's going a bit wide at turn 1. I don't know about legality, as I was saying that earlier. So why is he shot from there? Why is Ronaldo shooting? Don't shoot from there. That was the worst shot I've ever seen. So nothing has changed between the front two. Case Williams are now 18.9 seconds adrift. Oh, damage to that Lioneers car. What has happened to Case Williams? It's only really on the front. He must have hit the wall somewhere. And that game has finished Man United 0, Liverpool 5. Liverpool have won 5-0 at Man United. I don't know how we can pull that off, but it sums up Man United, doesn't it? I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's going to be out of a job within 24 hours. You can just see it coming. Anyways then, that gap between the top two has come back down. We'll have to see if he can do it. Oh, he's actually a lot closer. And Dave Southwood's taking lead! Severton he's bottled it, he's gone wide. Dave Southwood leads the race and has won another trade of the lead between them two. So, well, who saw that coming a bit ago? In fact, Dragoon's even gonna, yeah, he's gonna have a go as well, I think. He's fast enough, he can have a go into turn 1. Phew. Not quite fast enough on this occasion. Could go to extreme. In fact, Sammy Salem's looking a lot faster behind him. Was going to going a bit off that track at turn 1. I was saying that earlier. I was trying a bit Here he goes then. Jans are going round the outside. In fact, wheel to wheel into the root chicane they go. Dragoon's gone and done it. He's up into second. Steve's got damage maybe. But that hits because he's significantly dropped back. Steve southward. Is to Salem's done him as well. And Case Willems has pitted. I don't think this is scheduled. I think the Dutchman might be out of this race. I'm not entirely sure what has happened, but has he got damage? Let's see if that becomes DNF later. But as far as we are aware, Case has pitted. Is that suspension damage for Stevenson? If you look at the onboard here, his wheel is tilted slightly to the left, which leads me to believe that he's got damage. Hence, he's gone from leading comfortably to out of the podium. Case Williams is back out on track. Obviously, earlier was in the pit. But anyways then, I think Stevens' chances of a win, they are far from what they used to be. So, it's down to Alex Cochran. We haven't said much of him today. And right, so we have a bit of context on the DNF of R2 Neiman, and he's just said it was the internet that cut out at his end. Very unfortunate for him. He was doing very well. He started second, and his internet. That's what he said. Okay then, so there we go. Apologies for any issues that you might have experienced back there, because I've had to up the volume because people have been suggesting that I do that. So, oh, and Alex Cochran's pitted. We're about to get the feeling that he's scheduled that one, and but anyways, at the front, it is still Southwood leading this race. 12 laps gone, 27 laps of the race distance here. Stevens has salvaged back into the podium positions. He's up to third. Despite the fact, it looks as if he's got suspension damage. I presume he'll get that fixed if he has got any suspension damage when he comes to that scheduled pit stop, but he's going long as. Oh, Jan Dragoon is coming into the pit lane. Anyways, we are just gonna get in a special guest for a quick chat. He will be here any second. We're gonna get a special guest in for a quick minute chat. Just wait for him. And that special guest is leading the Challenger split in the Premier Series. It is Oliver Gibson. How are you, Oliver?
Yes, it seems we're quite spread out at the minute, doesn't it?
It is, yeah, nearly 10 seconds between the top two, 6.7 now. So, how are we finding the race so far? How's Case finding it?
He's run into a bit of trouble. He can't quite find the pace at the moment. I mean, you can see him on board now.
In fact, it was just in neutral through that last corner. And he was like cruising at 80.
It's a bit strange. He, right there, literally right there as he goes past, he tapped the wall there, got loads of suspension damage. Kind of similar to Stevenson. It looks like the damage might be a bit higher than it usually is. But it might just be the track, to be honest.
Here, if you look when he goes to, he's pitting actually now. He's probably going to get that damage fixed, but if obviously saw earlier when he went wide and Southwood said, okay, I'm going to have that, I'm going to go for it. He went for it, he's leading the race by about 10 seconds now.
I mean, it was a fantastic move from Southwood. It was one that he'll remember for quite a while.
I wouldn't...
It was very similar to, if any of you remember, Sebastian Vettel 3 times at Spa did that same move on Hamilton. And it's still Hamilton hasn't figured out how to defend that. So
there you go.
No, seems to work.
As we've got Dragoon back up in second place. It's now 28 seconds. It's coming to lap Case now.
Yeah, Case has run into fuel problems. He's having to fuel save. Oh, that looked a bit close.
And, what do you think of the Dave Southwood start from third up to second when he just cruised past the two Toto Rossos?
Amazing.
it was a good start.
Just into words, pretty good.
There you go. He's straight to the point with that one. And then R2 Niemanen, he was on pole for the entirety of qualifying. Then out of nowhere, Stevenson just bagged a fast lap at the end. And there you go. Oh, and the leader's pitted now, Dave Southwood.
Yeah, that'll be for fuel. I think 15 laps is the max fuel.
Obviously, as is this series, you're allowed to refuel. You're not in the Premier Series, but you are in this. Southwood's pitting. I don't even think Dragoon. Well, he might inherit the race leader.
I think he'll come in this lap, or he either will stay out one more and try and just do a quick one.
Yeah,
overcut.
Well, this is going to be a big lap here for Jan Dragoon, for the Czech driver. Obviously, you remember earlier in the season that battle you had with him back at Zola. Just talk about that for us for a quick second.
Just before that, apparently Case has engine damage. Apparently his engine is actually smoking. So yeah.
Did he say that to you when you were in that voice call a minute ago?
He's just messaged me actually while driving Watkins Glen.
How was he done? From him. I mean, fair enough. I mean, last week at Hockenheim, I was messaging my mum to that race, but it's a whole different car that, and it was on a big stretch on the Hockenheim, as opposed to this, which is a very twisty track.
Indeed it is, but yes, engine damage. Case for that.
Oh, here we go. Oh, battle there. This is for fourth. Stevenson, Cochrane, for giving everything. The Yorkshireman, can he try and get a good exit here?
What a move by Stevenson. I can't decide if Alex was defending or not. I'm not sure.
Have to see. But I think Stevenson's pulling away from that one. So he's gone a bit wide again there. Twice I think I've seen him do that now at that corner.
It is a tricky track. It's one where you have to get the brakes right on it.
Yeah, brake bias is obviously a massive factor in this one as well.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
It's going. I pushed a torque, bro. It's quite a big risk reward kind of track. If you make one tiny error, it's going to really cost you.
Obviously,
Kind of similar to ovals.
you'll know this thing because obviously you did practice. You've obviously done laps of practice for this race. Obviously, you still
Yep.
could make it, but you'll know the majority of this track. But oh, Steve, I wonder if there's track limits to that corner. I don't know what you think of this, Oliver, but they kept on going wide to that corner. Heaven knows if there are track limits. Oh, hang on, lead change. We've had a lead change. We've got a battle for the lead here, guys. Dragoon and Southwood are battling for the race lead.
I also just have more word from Case Willems. He can't use push to pass.
Oh, Stevenson's gone wide and Cochrane's got through into fourth. This race, 10 laps to go, is starting to come alive. So,
It's kind of like F1. Like F1.
some races tend to come alive at the end. Quickly, an off-topic
Actually.
question, Oliver. What do you think of that Man United game from Vertigo? 5-0.
Funny.
It is very funny, yes. But,
This race is reminding me actually of Zolder. You know,
Oh,
quite an intricate one with all
it came
cars
alive
flying
to the
off.
end. It came alive towards the end.
I was involved in that.
You was obviously the battle with the man in second place now. Obviously, it was for that same position as well. And obviously, as Stevenson crossed the line, he'd got past you at the chicane, hadn't he? Then that hairpin bend, he went a bit wide, and you took the position.
Yeah, it's again Zolder, much like Watkins Glen in the fact that risk reward kind of track. You know, very heavy on the brakes. So yeah, very tricky.
And Southwood is pulling away, so we will leave that battle behind. This next one, though, this was fairly good a bit ago. Stevenson Cochrane. Then that one's died down a little bit. Let's go back to obviously your teammate Case. Obviously noticeably slower, as we can see here. It's a lap down to Southwood. Well, he was lapped.
If you saw the battle with him and Alex, he couldn't defend too well because obviously no
Engine
push
damage,
to pass.
no push to pass.
Yeah, quite a big thing.
Push to pass is
I think he just did a wibble wobble there. The classic Lioness move.
Yep, it is a move that obviously you first did it when it was me and you at GA. You know, you'd do that little thing when you cross the line, and you do it when you come round to lap me sometimes as well. He's done it again there.
I also just noticed Jan Dragoon has ran out of push to pass.
Oh yes, as
He
you
has
can see,
0 left.
if you look here on the right hand side, Case obviously still has that 10, hence why it doesn't work. 0 there. Salem's got 7. And look at that, he's brought it down, but Dragoon's also caught up. We could be on the verge here, Oliver, of a 3-way battle for the lead. So people, keep watching, because this is a 3-way battle for the lead here. And I'd rather get the well, definitely Salem is challenging for second. We'll have to see if he can get it done.
Sammy has 7 push to pass compared to Dragoon's 0 and Southwood's 1.
So
it's going to be very interesting.
We'll have to see. I think Dragoon could end up a sitting duck in this battle. Obviously yesterday, Oliver, you were at Watkins Glen, Donington Park, sorry. What was that like?
Well, it was kind of similar to this, to be honest. It was a very close battle in the Pragas. You know, Jimmy Broadbent getting 2 wins. Congratulations to him. If he's watching, probably not. But
you got to speak to him as well, didn't you?
It did.
Yep.
Very nice guy. Also, I've spoken to some of these guys as well, such as Alex Cochran, nice guy. I've never spoken to Stevenson.
I've met him too.
But yeah, I've actually never spoken to most of these people. Obviously, Case, my teammate and team boss, please don't fire me.
Case, you know well.
Very well.
Oh, he's gone wide.
Oh, yes, Sammy, very wide there. I don't think there is. There might be a little bit of track limits there. No briefing first, but Sammy is very close.
Jesus Christ, you do not see moving to left.
He's going for the same move.
He's going for it. Well, we all know how it ended. When it happened on lap 1 between Southwood and Stevenson, Salem's going for the race lead now. Southwood
very good move there.
I think he might be saving a bit of push. See, here's what I think he's doing. I think he's saving his push to pass. so that if Salem gets this move done, he can go for it and he can try and get that lead back. We'll have to see.
He could try and keep Salem behind and possibly wear out his tyres, or make him use his push to pass actually.
And then,
so then they're all on equal turf.
Obviously, some of these corners, they're very difficult to overtake. There aren't many overtaking opportunities on this track.
They are about to actually back markers in front of them.
Oh,
Case
yes,
Williams
Case, yeah.
about to be lapped by these top three. Oh, onto the grass he goes. Does he have damage? Gonna have a check here.
Who's this?
Doesn't appear to be. He does have damage apparently.
Who's this?
Case Williams.
Case
yes, he's got front nose damage and side damage.
Well, we did see earlier, didn't we, about Case? If you might have seen it when I checked. If we look here,
Sammy's using push to pass.
Yeah, he's down to 5. Yeah, you can see.
He's close.
He's notably dented. I'm gonna pan back to this.
He's going for it.
This is for the race lead. Sammy Salmon, his first ever race, could be on the verge of getting a win here. He hasn't got long left. He's got about 6 laps to go. Here, Sammy Salmon's got 5 push to pass as opposed to Southwood's 1. Case, your teammate, could play for. Oh, he's pulled.
Nice. He's got out the way.
He's got out of the way. He's not going to be affecting this top 3. Obviously, he could have stirred it up a little bit, but he's done the right thing. He's got out of the way.
I'm just looking at the standings here. If Southwood wins this, championship standings. If Southwood wins this, he overtakes me. So,
in a way, you kind of want Salem to win this, don't you? The German driver. In the
for my benefit, yeah, but obviously it'd be nice, Southwood's 2nd win of this season. Obviously won in Road America with a great drive, actually, beating Stevenson. Quite a chaotic race, actually. Alex finishing 2nd in that race. Triple Eight guys having a great season so far.
Yes, obviously they're leading the race at the minute.
Yeah, great season so far.
It's not.
Yeah, I think they are. They are actually 1st in the constructors. So yeah, brilliant season by them so far. Obviously 2 races to go after this. Getting pretty spicy in the drivers' championship.
Which one is the next race? Where are we next?
The next race is, in fact, the one and only Kota. Should be quite an interesting one.
Austin, preparing to host the Formula 1 in about 2 hours now. About 2 hours.
Yeah, around there.
Looking forward to that. Southwood's using his push to pass. He's a sitting duck now.
Yes. Sammy's in a brilliant position here to take this race lead. He goes wide though.
That saved Southwood for at least the rest of this lap. Well, it could have.
Dragoon's super close.
You can see that it says 9/10 on the thing, but I assure you he's not.
I think he's 6/10 behind. What a battle this is shaping out to be.
This is I think we could have. Although Dragoon has no push to pass either. So if anything, the more likely winner of this 3-way fight for the win is Salem. He just needs to use his push to pass if he wants to challenge for the win here.
He is now.
There we go, he's down to 4. Let's see, what effect is this going to have on Dave Southwood? 5/10 is the gap. Stevenson's just set his personal best, 23.8. Although that isn't really much of a factor in this battle for the win. Here he goes, he's certainly gaining into the chicane.
Not close enough.
Not close enough, but it might have looked it, but for sure he wasn't.
Southwood is stronger through the middle and last sector, I think, than Sammy. So then he's pulling away, and then Sammy obviously gaining it all with the push to pass. Doing exactly what Southwood needs to do.
Obviously, they could have had 2 cars on the podium had it not been for R2's internet problems. He was on pole all of qualifying, and he just hasn't been there.
I can see here Sammy's middle sector was 2/10 slower than Southwood's, and then Jan was actually 2/10 quicker than Southwood, 4/10 quicker than Sammy. That's why he's so close.
Southwood could be a sitting duck here. Dragoon he just got to go for it. He just got to take a risk. If he's gonna get a reward. You were obviously saying when he joined, risk to reward this track is.
Yeah, walls everywhere. It's almost like a street track in a way.
It is.
No,
Just a bit of
oh, he's very
grass.
close. Could have gone for a move there, but he's going to wait till the back straight. Very smart driver from, obviously, Master Split driver, younger GP driver. Doing very well in the
Also,
Premier
you remember
Series.
when you made your debut at Silverstone last year? You would have won that race had it not been for him and his teammate. Hang on, we've just had a position change. Oh, look at this! Look at this! This is Cochrane and Stevenson. Don't let that distract you from the battle. It's not just the leaders we focus on. In fact, this could end up in a collision with how this is going. Here he goes, Cochrane. Oof, nearly smashed.
Sammy and Dragoon. Sammy's just been overtaken
Dragoon's
by Dragoon. Dragoon's in the wall.
Dragoon's crashed! He's crashed! Oh,
Unbelievable.
no. That is far from ideal. Sampledge pulled away. What a disaster class. That has it. Oh. Well, he was. I'm guessing he must have gone for a move around the outside on Salem.
Oh, Alex has got massive suspension
yeah,
damage.
see there. Yeah. Oh,
He crashed
God.
exactly where Dragoon crashed. Got it on live timing here. Incredible scenes
Thank
here
you
at
very much
Watkins
for that,
Glen.
Oliver, because had that not happened, I don't think we would know about that.
No
but
problem.
Professional commentator, you should be on the Formula 1. But anyways, Dragoon doesn't appear to have any damage. But effectively, that has saved Southwood. There's another push to pass has gone out of Sammy Salem, and I don't think it's just another one. He's down to 2 here. And also, you don't, when you use the push to pass, you don't get it back. It doesn't regenerate over time like an overtake button would. Once you've used it, you're not getting it back. You might just have to try and use some down the back straight. We know Sammy Salem is quick to there. We've got 2 laps left. This race has gone very quickly, hasn't it?
I think it's been a shortened race, I think. I'm not quite sure.
It probably should.
But it feels like it.
You would think it would have been longer. But obviously, you know, with Formula 1 and the postponement and all that, it's probably brought it all forward. But Sammy Salem is gonna just give it everything. Doesn't matter what the tyres are looking like for him, he's just got to give it everything towards the end of this race.
This is really turning into a whoever makes a mistake.
Again, mistakes could literally decide this race. It is easy to make a mistake here.
Very easy. We saw obviously Dragoon and Alex just a minute ago, both hitting the wall at the same corner. Oh, Stevenson's in the wall.
Is he? Let's have a look.
He's just tapped the wall. He won't have big damage, but he did just tap the wall.
Salem, I've noticed is not within a second, but we've got about a lap to go.
He has gained a lot though.
He has gained. It feels like he's gained. He's got 1 push to pass left.
I think he's using it, to be fair.
It feels like he is, because he is a lot.
No, he's got 1 left.
Down to 9/10 of a second.
This will go down to whoever makes a mistake first.
Or in fact, this could even go down to the very line. This could go.
Yeah, well, let's hope so.
I think we all want it to end like that, don't we? I think Dragoon, you can count him out of this battle as well now, unfortunately. That was rather heating up as well. But anyways,
yes, nature of the circuit
has used that 1 last push to pass. That could be it for Southwood. He could have it.
No, Sammy's still got 1 left.
Yes, but when Sammy decides to use that 1 last push to pass, that could be the deciding moment of this race. It's back up to 1.4.
He needs to get closer.
He's just got to go for it, hasn't he? It does not matter. Just push as hard as you can.
He has to be under a second on this back straight, but I don't think, unless he has an amazing turn 1 or Southwood goes off, it's game over.
Lap now, we're on the last lap of the race. And
goes wide.
Oh, he has gone wide. He's used his push to pass as well.
Here we go.
And he's gained like a 10. He's gained nothing.
I'm not sure he's close enough here.
I think Southwood's winning this one.
Yeah, nowhere near.
He's not there. And at the minute, Sammy can wait for his first win. And I think the winner of this one is going to be Southwood. Because it's now 1.3 seconds.
He's just keeping it clean now through the last
I think
sector
Sammy's just
here.
gonna have to surrender. He's just gonna have to allow second today. It
Southwood
came very
3/10
close.
quicker.
3/10 quickie, yep. Anyways, then I would say it's been a relatively good race. That battle between obviously we had a 3-0 battle for the lead. This man, fair play to him. Fortunately, just a mistake cost him today. Anyways, then here he comes round the last corner. Now he is your race winner today. Dave Southwood is gonna win. Dave Southwood wins the Watkins Glen round of the Formula Trout Indy Series. Sammy Slem, well, he's got to wait for it. He's got to wait another round longer for his first win. June gets the podium despite that mistake earlier on. Stevenson 4th. Cochran and Case Williams. Is Case lapped down to him as well? Or is Case going to go
Yes. He also did just hit the wall, Case.
And it is Case. Only 6th today. Oof. Cochran finished. Obviously stopped below there, but that is it. That is the race over. Your winner Southwood, Salem 2nd, Dragoon 3rd. What do you think of that race, Oliver? Think it was good?
It was quite the drive from Southwood. It was quite a crucial overtake on that lap one. He knew what he had to do, and he did it. Fair enough to
Anyways,
Southwood.
Let's see if anyone is going to wait for an interview. We'll have to see. I'll just give it a minute. A lot of drivers.
Yeah. Also, props to everyone, obviously, for doing the race with that low attendance. We do have Mr. Case Williams waiting for interview.
Yeah, fair enough. That I'm surprised that race wasn't cancelled. To be fair, obviously with the low attendance, and they've done well. They've persevered and they've kept the race going on.
But on quite a show as well. Fair play to them.
Anyways, should we get Case Williams in for what will probably be the only interview today? We'll get him in. Here he is. He was last on the road today, unfortunately, but nevertheless he's here to talk to us. Hello, Case. How are you?
Is my mic working? Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, not my greatest race. I wasn't. I actually said that wrong. I was kind of looking forward to this race. I quite kind of liked the track car combination, but yeah, unfortunately there was quite low participants. I was almost considering, not participating because it was so low. But we we have a motto moving forward, so I was still like, fuck it, I'll try it anyway. But yeah. Pace wasn't great at all. I was like 1 or 2 laps behind from the leader, and even like a lap behind Cochran as well, I believe. So that was very bad. Hit the wall a few times for some reason because of the great Assetto Corsa physics. I had quite a lot of suspension damage from one small hit that was really annoying. And the red front wing, so I had to pit for that quite earlier than I wanted to. So I had to do a lot of fuel saving, which is also why I was quite a lot slow. And then for some reason, eventually, a few laps after I pitted, I got a lot of engine damage for some reason. I had like a near red engine. During the last like 15 laps or so, my engine was just smoking up the entire track. I'm not sure if you could see that on stream, but it was horrible. The car, it wasn't fast enough. I wasn't really on the pace, and I had problems in the race, so not my best race.
Unlucky Case, but Oliver was obviously saying as well, you had no push to pass.
Yes, I also had no push to pass for some reason. I was doing some other practice earlier today, and I noticed that for some reason my buttons were doing a bit weird. I wasn't sure why, but I was like, "Oh, I'll be fine for the race." But I guess not. It doesn't work for this race either, so I had no push to pass. So during the lead, I quite lost my 5th place. Or something that I was trying to defend from Cochran. I lost that quite quickly. We had to push the pass for that straight after turn 1 to 2, whatever turn it is. And yeah, I was just basically a sitting duck. So yeah.
Anyways, thank you. She'll be back on Saturday, coming for the next race of the Premier Series. Obviously, you and Oliver will be back, the championship leaders, and sure it'll be a much better race in Baku. And I'll see you later, Case.
Yeah, actually, I'm quite excited for Baku. I think it's a pretty cool track. We have to get some good practice to be up to speed for that. I think it's a pretty great track. It's kind of like Monaco, but there's actually some space to do some moves. I think it's one of my favorite street circuits. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be crack on for that race. So I'm quite excited we can do there. And after that at Silverstone, that's gonna be something special too.
Okay, and okay, Case, we'll see you later.
See you later. Thanks for commentating.
You're welcome. Should we get the next interview, the final interview in? This is Alex Cochrane. Was he 5th or 4th?
He got 5th.
So P5 on the road,
Oh
Alex
no,
Cochrane.
I think he got 5th.
Hello Alex, so P5 for you today. Just, how was that race?
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing. It was a bit boring. I
Obviously,
imagine you can't.
the low attendance doesn't help, does it?
Yeah, definitely.
Ah,
Sorry, I made a mistake at the last corner on the first lap. My brake bias was slightly wrong because I didn't bother changing it for the setup and tapped the brakes a little bit just to be careful and when following, and it just locked the rear and silent into the wall. So that put me, about 5 seconds or so back, which wouldn't be too much of a problem. In a normal race where there's quite a range of abilities, a range of speeds of people. But we had, like, as you said, quite a low attendance of 4 or 5 people. So I had that crash, and then I was basically driving around on my own for the first stint, which was a bit disappointing.
okay. Obviously, you and was it Stevenson wheel to into the boot chicane?
Yeah, we did that quite a few times. I think he made a mistake just before his pit stops, so he had repair damage.
He had big suspension damage.
Yeah, so that put him out behind me, which I was quite surprised at. We raced a little bit back and forth through the chicanes, which was very, very scary. But yeah, I don't know if you caught it on the stream. Case coming through the last. Yeah, it was just Case coming through like the last sector, half the lap, just didn't move out the way when he had the blue flags.
Oh.
It's really hard to follow, especially through the last corner. And he basically just parked it on the exit to move out the way, which, you don't move out the way on an exit of a corner. You move out the way at the end of the straight, so you lose the least time. But, he didn't move out the way. I lose time in the dirty air, and then I have to avoid him on the exit. So, yeah, and then he got through, which is fair enough. He didn't do anything wrong. Frogger didn't do anything wrong. Steven didn't do anything wrong. But yeah, and then I don't know if you saw, I went into the wall, but my setup couldn't.
Very nearly got it, but yeah.
We got
the
yeah,
green
my,
went off the same corner.
Yeah, I was running quite a low aero setup, so if the other car was passed at the straight, there was just no chance. I couldn't follow around the rest of the lap.
That low aero setup was made to benefit you on the back straight before the boot chicane.
Yeah, definitely. Like I got past Steven a few times, after he got through before, which really worked out. But yeah, because when I got impeded a little by Case and then he got through there, it was just I had no chance following through the next sector because it's just all twisty. Tried to really send it, I knew I was going wide. And I was like, I'll be fine, but yeah, the track's very bumpy out there, and I hit the wall. It doesn't really matter. I didn't lose any positions, but yeah, it's a bit of a shame.
Oliver, anything you'd like to say to Alex?
I mean, obviously for you guys, AAA is quite a good result. How do you feel about Southwood's result?
Dave winning is, I believe he won.
He did. He won.
Yeah, he did a really good job. Made up for my bad race, but I know Toto Rosso had 3 cars this round. Obviously, R2 did not finish, unfortunately, but so I think they finished 2nd and 4th, and we finished 1st and 5th. I'm not sure how that affects the point standings. I know we were ahead. Hopefully, we maintain or extend that lead. I'm not too sure. I'll have to check afterwards.
I think you maintain it. I'm not sure about extend though.
Yeah. Well, fingers crossed. I think we only have 2 rounds left now. Kota and Indianapolis. So
it's going to be 2 very big races for you guys. All the best of luck for you guys in it. That was Alex Cochrane, and see you later, Alex.
Yep, thank you for streaming.
No problem indeed. And that was the last interview. Was a good race. I enjoyed some of it, but we have gonna go now. Thank you to Oliver for joining me.
My pleasure.
Yep. Thank you to everyone who did the race, and I'd like to also thank the guys who rescheduled it to accommodate obviously the Formula 1 and all that. Because I think we all want to see that race, don't we?
Should be exciting. Obviously, Max and Hamilton could be a collision. Very exciting.
See, the thing is, right, you've got Hamilton on the inside. He could just force Verstappen off, can't he? He's done it before.
Well, it's shaping up to be quite the championship. Well, it is quite the championship battle, but you know what else is shaping up?
Go on.
Next week, Saturday, Baku Premier Series. Please join us. Should
Yep.
be quite a fun
Oliver
one.
Gibson versus Jace Merrick. The next round is on. Right, we'll get going now, and we'll see you later.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you very much, and